celebrating 40 years serving the Houston community. For a brochure, 713-840-1000. This is KUHF Houston Public Radio at 88.7 FM, HD Channel 1, and online at kuhf.org. Listener-funded radio from the University of Houston. This is All Things Considered. Good afternoon, I'm Laurie Johnson. Coming up, in an Egyptian courtroom, criminal charges are read aloud against former President Hosni Mubarak, accusing him of murder in the death of hundreds of protesters.
And good afternoon, I'm Jack Williams. Local high school football teams are changing their practice plans to compensate for the heat. More at 5:30 on what they're doing to stay cool.
All of that ahead. First, the news. It's 5:01.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Spear. Now that Congress has signed off on raising the debt ceiling, the White House says President Obama will turn his attention to the economy with a 3-day campaign-style bus trip to the Midwest later this month. Speaking at the White House today, the president says his economic team is on the case.
They are redoubling their efforts to focus on what matters most to the American people, and that is how are we going to put people back to work, how are we going to raise their wages, increase their security, how are we going to make sure that they recover fully as families and as communities from the worst recession we've had since the Great Depression.
The president says part of the economy's weakness is due to things we could not control, like the earthquake in Japan and Europe's debt crisis. Press Secretary Jay Carney says while the economy has slowed in recent months, he does not think there's a threat of a double-dip recession. The jobs picture dimmed last month, with employers announcing the biggest number of planned layoffs in more than a year. Danielle Carson reports while the number of job cuts jumped by 60%, some economists caution against looking at just one batch of numbers.
A report from the consulting firm Challenger Gray & Christmas shows more than 66,000 jobs went on the chopping block last month. Most of those were in the pharmaceutical and retail industries. But David Ressler, chief economist at Nomura Securities, says it's important to look at the whole picture, job cuts and hiring.